Prince Amon hrkhebsha is the owner of this beautiful tomb in the Valley of the Queens in the west bank of Luxor. This whole cemetery was dedicated to the burials of the queens who did not rule Egypt and to the princes who died too soon. Perhaps the mothers wanted to have their children with them in the journey of afterlife. The tomb of the prince is marvelously colored. The name of this prince was mentioned on the walls of his tomb as Amon hrkhebsha F. He's not the only son of King Ramesses III who died young. The hair lock on the side of his head is a common hairstyle of children in ancient Egypt. But in spite of his young age, he carried the traditional titles of princes, the most important of which is a carrier of the royal fan on the right side of the king. Indeed, he is pictured here carrying a long ostrich feather. It's noticeable that the king is the one who introduces his son to the different gods and goddesses, and he himself is performing the religious rituals instead of his young dead son, although he was alive. The tomb consists of a main entrance chamber. Attached to it is a side chamber for storing the funerary furniture. The work in the side chambers of the tomb was never finished, certainly due to the sudden death of the prince. The most distinguished thing in the tomb is its beautiful scenes that shine with their bright colors. On the left side, the king embraces goddess Isis, then releases the incense in front of god Betah, who stands inside his shrine. Then King Ramesses III introduces Prince Amon to god Betah Tenen, god Duamut F, god Emsti, then goddess Isis. Two of the three gods are guards to two of the four canopic jars that contained the internal organs of the prince. On the right side, the king introduces him to god Shu, the god of the wind, then to the other two guarding gods, hrkhebsha F and Habi. Goddess Isis and her sister Nephthys attend the mummification process and the funeral. They are here to make sure that the prince passes through all these stages safely until he reaches the burial chamber. Religious scenes from the Book of the Gates are here. They are texts that describe the journey of the sun during the 12 hours of the night through the 12 gates. Each is protected by a giant serpent. The boy needs to know the name of each hour and each gate in order to pass safely and reach the hour of the rising sun, and thus he will be able to continue living in the afterlife. Finally, we reach the burial chamber, which has the sarcophagus of the prince. It was made of the best quality of red granite. The tomb sets a great example of parental guidance and shows the care with which parents were non-reluctant in expressing their care and love to their children from the time of their birth and until the last moment of their short lives.